My name is Kevin TCG, and I got mollywopped at my first ever Pokemon TCG League tournament.
Do it again?
Oh wait.
So to start the day, Giovanni and I went to a local card show to get the finishing touches up on our decks. Alright, we're headed to the card show, and we're gonna buy some singles for our Miraidon decks. No idea how well it's gonna go. Let's see. In my last video where I got absolutely destroyed using the Miraidon League Battle deck in TCG Live, I explained what I was planning on adding, which was Toadscruel, Iron Bundle, and Roaring Moon. What I ended up with was actually some Magnezones, which I didn't realize weren't basic Pokemon. They're actually third in the evolution line. For those who don't play, that means it could take a while to actually use Magnezones and put them into play and get some hard hitters on the field. Giovanni ended up getting some more cards for his deck, which is also a Miraidon deck. It's the Miraidon Turbo deck to be specific. He calls it a Violent Glass Cannon. We also got a Paradox Rift booster box, 10 for Coral, and then we headed to a nearby card shop to pick up some more singles, which were some Ionos, 4 Iron Hands, and a Raikou. Then we got deck building, play testing and opening. Coral got some pretty cool pulls. She ended up pulling the full art Iron Hands for Giovanni, which is all he wanted from that booster box. And I ended up getting a Charizard for my 151 binder because Giovanni had a spare one, or he pulled one earlier and gave it to me. There were cards literally everywhere. Micah also came over, and he was going to join us for the upcoming tournament. So now begins our journey to the premier spot for competitive Pokemon, Tabletop Village. Now, this was all 3 of our first times playing at a card shop, let alone a league challenge. Gotta start off hard. And for the league challenge, it was 5 rounds. The person with the best record gets a bunch of booster packs and a prize pack. My very first opponent was actually using the same deck as Giovanni, the Turbo Miraidon. It took a while for both of us to actually get set up, but once it got going, and I couldn't even get a single prize card. So I lost that match, and I was 0-1 to start.
0-1. He's also 0-1.
Micah was actually one of the first ones of us to get eliminated. Then it was me, then Giovanni. My second opponent was a Radiant Charizard deck, I think. I don't know the proper name. It didn't have a Charizard EX, I don't think, that I know of. But it did have a bunch of fire Pokemon. It had Entei from, I believe, Brilliant Stars. I did manage to knock off a few Pokemon, I think. But he had the advantage the entire match. I lost the match, and then I moved on to 0-2. Also, if you're enjoying this content, please leave a like and subscribe for more videos in the future. Anyways, back to the third match. Ooh, now this one was a real fun one. It was a Regigigas deck. What was unique about it was all the cool retro energy cards he had. Now, he had a bunch of Regis on his bench, and Regigigas was the orchestrator. And we were both down to 1 card each. My Iron Hands really helped turn the tide, allowed me to catch up with the Amp You Very Much move, which allows you to take 1 extra prize card. Which this was very handy, especially when your opponent doesn't have any V or EX Pokemon. So that means if they do, I get to take 2 prize cards instead of 1. However, because my attackers were all EX Pokemon, that meant I was susceptible to losing more prize cards. So here's where a big mistake came in. I knock out his Regigigas, I swear, like 2 times. He had I'm pretty sure he had 4. Then he throws his Regirock into play. I'm like, okay, I have enough HP to take his hit. I'm sitting good at 220 HP with, I believe it was Iron Hands. It was either Iron Hands or Miraidon. But that's where I was wrong. I totally forgot all of my electric Pokemon are weak to fighting type energy. So down went Iron Hands, and he took my final prize card. So that was by far my closest match of the night. Like literally out of all the games, that was the closest one. So now I sat at 0-3. And match number 4 is where I really got mollywopped. 0-3. I got really close though. It was down to 1 prize card.
2. I was on a break week. 2. He actually won.
We're getting better. We're getting better. For match number 4, I played against a Charizard EX deck, which I didn't have an answer to. I had bad hand after bad hand. Iron Bundle swapped out his Charizard, then he put it right back in because he had a switch card. I couldn't even evolve my Toedscool to Toedscruel, so he was pulling energies from his discard pile, and I couldn't do anything about it. And I also couldn't do anything about his beefed up Charizard, which, why is that card such a hard hitter, and why is it so tanky at, was it 330 HP? Over 300 HP is so much, and I can't one-shot him with anyone on my team, but I did go down swinging. I think Roaring Moon had one good knockout, but then again, I now sit at 0-4.
Do it again?
Oh wait. 2.
So annoying, dude. And my final match was against an Iron Valiant Gardevoir deck. Thankfully, I had the luck of the draw and I was able to set up pretty quickly. Unfortunately for my opponent, he wasn't able to pull much, but he did have a lot of cool moves and abilities. So whenever Iron Valiant switches from the bench to active, you get to put damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon. So he did that a couple times to whoever was in the active spot, which most likely Miraidon or Iron Hands. Because he couldn't pull much of his trainer cards or Pokemon he needed, I was able to get more knockouts quickly and secure the win. So that was my first win ever, and I finally got a win under my belt, and I got a prize pack out of it. Well, more like a participation prize pack, which I haven't even opened yet. So let's check out what I got. Okay, I don't think I recorded any of this, but this is my handy dandy deck box. It's magnetic and stores my prize pack, my damage counters, focus, little asthma. And if you don't know, each card has this little stamp on, I believe, the right hand side of the card. You can only get these if you participate in tournaments. I think it's a league tournament only, or tournaments in general. And it comes with a code card, which I'm going to keep for myself. Sorry, guys. So we got Nest Ball. I've never done it at this angle. Is this double turbo? Double turbo energy. This is such an odd angle. Professor's Research. Damage Pump. Is that my... It's my holo. There we go. Cool. Oh, look at this. Another double turbo energy. Would you consider that a reverse holo? And water energy. Okay, so what did I learn? I don't think my deck is necessarily bad. It's not great either, but I definitely need to find some more support for my lack of Flaffy in the deck. And by having Flaffy in my deck, I can attach discarded energy back into my Pokemon, which is mainly specifically Electric-type Pokemon. I didn't add any Flaffies, mainly because I want to separate myself from the meta. I want to insert some oddball choices that come out of left field. It's like, why do you have a Toedscruel? It's to counter your Miraidon deck. Why do you have Roaring Moon? So I can go down swinging. Why do I have Iron Bundle? I don't know, man. It's fun. Switch you out. But then most likely everyone will have Switch, so that doesn't even matter. Or they'll have beach court and they just retreat easily. Overall, I had a great time. Micah and Giovanni also had an amazing time. I believe they both had the same record. 2-4? No, 2, 3. They got 2 wins. I'll have this record on the screen. Like I said, we'd never participated in any card tournaments before. I've participated in a video game tournament when Soul Silver came out. And I was like, oh, junior high? Middle school? So, yeah, this was my experience of getting mollywopped at my first ever league tournament. So, any TCG players out there, what deck are you guys playing as of late? And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's keep this community growing, guys. My name is Kevin TCG, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.